Welcome to session 2, remote learning. Today I'm going to draw Beast Boy from Teen Titans Go. So let's get started. Here's what it's going to look like at the end. Alright, we're first going to start with the face. I'm going to start sketching this in pencil tonight. We're just going to bring a curved line down and around to about here. And then on this side we're going to start making his ear. Curved line out. And kind of like a stretched out letter S up here to a point. And then bring it back in. I'm going to leave all of this space open here. Detail line, another stretched out letter S for the detail of the inside of his ear. Let's make a line up here. Slightly curved. And then 3 kind of zigzag lines out. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to do a wavy line coming kind of across the top here. Stop there, bring it back, little zigzag right there. And we're going to bring another one down across, and this one's going to come down past the side of his face. Bring it back, and then the next one's going to come down here and kind of meet where we started here. Right there, and meet about there. From this point here, I'm going to make a curved line right here. It's going to be kind of a curved rectangle, actually. So let's do that, form it into a rectangle. And right underneath that here, we can do an upside down letter U. And then we're going to actually make it into like a horseshoe shape. So extend it out and bring it up and around. Okay, leave a little space in between, come over here, and we're going to make this on a diagonal. So kind of follow this line going across right here. And we're going to make another upside down U. You can see that diagonal line. Then make that into a horseshoe shape. And then above that, we're going to do another curved line for his eyebrow, turning that into a curved rectangle. Okay, now we can complete his hair. We're going to bring this line over. And then here we're going to make another zigzag. So bring it in and then back out. And then just continue it on this side here. And this is kind of a cool line. We're going to go around to a point and then meet it there. All right, right in between his eyes, we're going to have his little nostrils, kind of like 2 little lines there and there. And we're going to give him a big smile here, big open mouth smile. So starting about right under his eye right here, curve it around, slight curved line underneath, bring it to this side, about the middle of his eye, give me a drop, drop it down, drop line, and curve it around. And then you want to kind of just bring it back and meet it on the other side. All right. Little sideways triangle on both sides, one there and one there. And then a kind of a crooked zigzag line coming across. Leave some space open and maybe a little continuation of there. This is an implied line. That means we don't have to fully draw it. We just know that it's there across, and then I'm going to make another triangle shape under there for another tooth. All right, on this side we're going to make his ear quite smaller than the other one because his face is angled to one side. under here we're going to start making his collar. That's going to be a kind of a curved rectangle shape. And let's bring a curved line down and up, and then one following it underneath. That's going to be for his arm, and then we'll make his cuff here for his glove. Curved line up. And this is kind of like a curved rectangle shape if we were to close it off. Another one here. Curved line here. And now we're going to finish the other side of his hands by bringing around this line. Another rectangle shape, bring it back up. And then inside we're going to make two more rectangle shapes for his other two fingers. One, and this one goes kind of behind his pinky. His pinky's going to overlap that finger there. On this side we're going to do his arm as well, coming out, up. Follow it again with another line beside it. Rectangle at the end for the cuff of his glove, curved line over, and then another kind of curved rectangle for his thumb. Bring a bent line down, follow it back up, curved line right there, and then again, same thing on the other side as we went back to his pinky here. We're gonna continue by finishing the other side of his hands, his pinky, and then two more lines inside for his other two fingers. One there, and then this one will just kind of be right there underneath his pinky. All right, bringing down the rest of his body, right there, and on this side. And now we know kind of the center of his body is going to be right through here, so let's put the center of his belt, and then curve it around there. I'm going to make a rectangle shape, meeting it up here. This is kind of a way to make it three-dimensional, kind of swoop it around the back of him there and give it a little shadow. It'll show some dimension, like it looks like it's going around his back, little detail line there. On this side, the rectangle shape is going to be a little shorter because, again, his body is angled. So like that, little detail line in there. Bring his hips around, right there. And then let's bring his legs down. So his legs are going to be fairly thin and then get a little wider toward the base here. So bring a line down, and same thing here. And again, it's going to get a little wider as we get toward the base. His shoe, the top of his shoe is going to be a trapezoid shape. And then bring a diagonal line down this way and a diagonal line kind of in the back here. And two diagonal lines going this way, and then curve them across to meet this diagonal line. Okay, to finish off his shoe, I'm just going to bring this line down underneath and then angle it back up to meet that line there. And that's his shoe. Let's continue his other leg. So I'm going to bring this leg starting on the outside here, bringing it down. And then the inside of his leg, again, it's going to be slightly wider at the base. And his shoe on this side is going to be another trapezoid shape, like that. Bring a diagonal line out this way, and then the back of his shoe is going to be here. So we're going to start a line that comes diagonally this way. It's kind of like the opposite of this one. So diagonal this way, and then curve it across. The back of his shoe is going to just come on down there, and then we're going to make the front of his shoe here, line over, and then meet it with a line there. Let's finish off his jacket. His jacket kind of just comes up to his collar on both sides. And that is going to conclude the drawing of Beast Boy. Let's give him his his little shorts here as well for his costume. All right, so I am going to quickly add an outline to Beast Boy, and while I'm doing this, you can add an outline as well. Really emphasizes the drawing. And you can kind of use your outlining to also darken in some shapes. For instance, the eyebrows, we know they're going to be a dark shape, and the eye also is going to be a dark shape. I'm going to leave a highlight right in the middle center of the eye right there and there, so I'm not going to fully fill it in there. And same thing on this side. Highlight in the middle. Let's fill in his eyebrow on top. Okay, his mouth. Just curved line coming around, and then a little angled on this side. Also, working with outlining kind of gives you a chance to think some of your lines through again. Maybe you want to shape one of the lines up or change something like that there. Instead of going up, I kind of gave it a twist there. Changed it going down. His ear on this side. All right, going down to his body, his collar, curved line for his arm. His fingers, and the overlap for his pinky. Darken in that space above his belt that wraps around his waist. His other hand. And the bent pinky to follow it up. All right, let's finish off his body by making his pants. And his shoes, the trapezoid shapes, and the back of his shoe. Beast Boy is a fun character. I love his color scheme. His color scheme is kind of like a hot pink and black. So, and then his skin is green. Which is fun to color into. So starting with the pink, I'm going to start on a shirt here. And this is kind of a little suit that continues down around his belt. Just like that. I like to outline the shape and then go ahead and just fill it in. Okay, and a shoe at the top of his shoe here, this trapezoid shape on both sides. And then these kind of straps that go across the shoe. Okay, that's going to do it for the pink. Moving on to a darker color, let's go on to the black here. We'll start at his collar. Filling that down to his arm. It's kind of a simple color scheme, really 3 colors here, 4 colors counting the gloves. And his gloves and his belt will match as well. Filling in this arm here. Alright, moving down to his the rest of his pants. I like to use this marker stroke. It really fills in the space nicely and evenly. Okay. His shoes are also going to be part black as well, so we're going to fill in his shoes and this part of his shoe. If you want, this is fun. We can leave kind of like a little highlight on the tip of his shoe. Okay, come over here and fill in this side. A little highlight on that side. All right, let's move up to the hair. So for the hair, I'm going to actually put in a little bit of a shadow color first. So I'll show you how I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a dark green shadow color in some areas that I think are going to have a shadow. So kind of these spaces that are behind and underneath. Right here, and this is kind of underneath, and then this piece, and over here, and then the shadow on his ear, or the inside of the ear, we'll put a shadow there. Also on his face, this is going to be more of a shadowed area, as well as this part of his ear, and maybe a little bit more shadow under here, and on this side. Okay, I think that'll work. So now I'm going to go into a lighter color for his hair. We're going to fill that in. This is another green called grass green, made by Prismacolor markers. And it's the Premier set. Now, if you don't have these markers, it's totally fine. You can use crayons. Crayons will work really well. One of my favorite materials to add color with, or another set of markers. Or it's fun sometimes just to do the drawing and then outline it with a pen. So whatever you have around your house is fine to use for adding color, or for leaving it as just a drawing. You can see as I fill this in that the shadow areas kind of really stand out there. Okay, let's move on to his skin tone. For the skin tone, I'm going to use a color called True Green. So it's a lighter green. So I want to make it stand out from the hair color. Just kind of fill in this space. On that side of his here, underneath his chin here, underneath his mouth. And then in these areas here, his eyes are closed there. Inside of his face. All right, I'm just gonna fill in some spaces that I may have missed here. All right, now I'm gonna add the color for his belt and his gloves. This is kind of like a grayish blue color. Almost like a lavender, light lavender even. Okay, outlining his gloves and his fingers, and then just filling in the space there. And on this side, I'm going to outline the whole shape. And then fill it in. I'm going to use this marker for one more thing on his face, just to kind of accentuate some shadow area. Sometimes it's nice to use a different color to add shadows. Really kind of makes it stand out. So maybe we'll add a little shadow again on this side of his ear, or the inside of his ear, and there, and that hairline there, underneath his chin, on the side of his face. Okay, and Beast Boy's smiling so hard in this picture. I think we're gonna give him some squinties. Squinty there, and some squinties here. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this drawing. It's a lot of fun to make. Give it a try. See you later.